Jay Crawford, Adam the Bull, Garrett Bush, Dustin Fox, Jason Lloyd, Tyvis Powell, plus, ba-da-da-da-da, you're loving him, Mikey McNuggets. And so many big names, it would take me hours to say all of their names. The ultimate Cleveland sports show starts now. Booyah!
Welcome, everybody, to the latest edition of the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Is G. Bush here? No, he's not here.
It's his birthday,
He's off today. It's his birthday. Happy birthday,
G. Bush.
Normally, he's here on a Friday. Jay Crawford, also normally here on a Friday. He's not here today either. He's having x-rays done.
Yes, he could not get out of the hospital in time to make it back. He's down in Akron, so I had to slide out here.
Well, no, I'm getting to it.
Okay.
And we'll get to you. So normally on Friday, G. Bush joins me. He's off for his birthday. Jay joins me. He's doing x-rays. And normally Jason Lloyd is here on a Friday. He's allegedly still going to be here, but he got pulled over on his way here.
So he's going to be a few minutes late. Ant, what's up?
What's up, guys? Today's episode is a little wonky, but today's episode is brought to you by the Cleveland Charge. The Charge tip off on Friday, November 14th at 7 against the Wisconsin Herd. It's opening night presented by Rocket, and the first 2,000 fans receive a mini hoop schedule. Tickets are on sale now at clevelandcharge.com. Jason Lloyd, everybody.
He's here. By the way, Jason came running in and jumped to his chair. I'm like, oh boy, he's going to tear his Achilles.
I was terrified of the same thing.
Achilles tear was coming.
Way more athletic.
The only thing that would have thrown this show off the rails even more than this start was Jason landing and going down like he just got shot in the ankle.
First of all, it's just the age. Although you're
younger.
A little on the. I mean, I tore mine in my early 40s.
You think a little hop I was going to blow out?
At this age, it's possible.
Come
Jason.
on, I'm in better shape
getting old,
than you
my
think.
friend. You're getting old.
I trust Jason. Put a mic on before I start talking.
It is on.
Perfect.
Like you guys could have waited. I said a minute. Just
I don't understand this. We can never. I said to Mike, should we start the show a minute or two late?
I'll tell you why.
And we do. G. Bush every once in a while is a minute or two late.
well,
Jay is always here at the last 8 seconds. But we can't start late apparently.
It's such a bad look, and I apologize. This is 2 weeks in a row that I've been, and there's no excuse. There's no excuse.
The reason we can't start late, well, we can.
Yeah.
They don't like us is because when they insert our show on the WKYC Plus app upstairs, we fit a 2-hour window. And when we go an hour and 58 minutes, it leaves black on the app for 2 minutes, and they get very frustrated with us. So to save us the discussions from up there as to why were you 2 minutes late, then I have to explain that G. Bush is having his birthday and his wife's having her immigration hearing. Jay got x-rays. He's not here. Jason Lloyd got pulled over on the way in. Bull wanted to pause the show. It's to save everyone the embarrassment of it. If they're watching, I don't care if they hear. But I don't want the conversation twice to people who don't know how we operate as well.
All right. Well, we got a lot to get to on today's show.
Real quick, Earl's birthday is Sunday, so he's also off today. So happy early birthday to Earl.
Happy birthday, Earl.
Happy early birthday, Earl.
I mean, what are we in high school?
I work on my birthday.
No, that's fine.
My birthday is basically the anniversary of the show, so I can't take off.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever taken off for my birthday.
No.
Unless I was going away or something.
I take off vacation for Mike's birthday because it usually lines up with the festivals I go to.
Okay. I mean, my birthday's in the summer, basically, so I guess I might take off sometime. My buddy and I, so we're already discussing this. My oldest friend, Andy, we were just a couple months apart. So in 2031, if I'm lucky enough to still be alive then, we're gonna I was like, we got to take 2 weeks in the summer and do a road trip, just the two of us.
Yeah.
Right. So between my birthday's in June, his is in October. So the summer we turn 60, which is 2031. We're gonna take a couple weeks off in the summer and do a baseball road trip.
Hell yeah.
Can I make a suggestion?
Oh boy. Yes.
Get your motorcycle endorsement and take a motorcycle. I'm serious. Bull on a Harley, baby.
That would be cool.
Because my brothers do that every summer, and I always say I'm going to go with them. I actually had a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
And I got a little drunk at my niece's wedding, and I bought a motorcycle.
Oh, you did?
Oh, I bought it.
Have you ever?
No, I took it back.
Oh, immediately?
Yeah, immediately. I had a little wine at the wedding. I'm like, yeah, I'm buying a bike. Let's do it. I'm going with you guys on this. And they go to South Dakota that thing every year. I'm like, I'm going.
Sturgis, right?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
But they go the week before because I guess the week of is whatever.
It's the serious bike.
Yeah. So I bought I put a down payment on the bike,
and then your wife was ready to kill you.
Oh, she's like, you've totally lost your mind. I will have a bike. Right now, I'm like, if I die now, the kids are still young. Like, I'll wait till they're older and they're
you got
set.
Good life insurance?
Oh, yeah. No, they're set. Like, they probably want me to die.
My God.
They'll be in good shape. But no, birthdays, I don't ever... there are many things that drive Alessia crazy about me. Many. And one of them is that I just don't care. I just don't care about birthdays. I just don't make a big deal about them.
No, I don't either.
I mean, we're at the age now.
Yeah, it's like...
I'd
rather not come.
Exactly.
Well, the alternative is not good. But. Anyway, so happy birthday to G. Bush today, who's, what is he, 44?
I believe.
45?
44, I believe.
44? And what's Earl?
44. Earl will be 38 because he's exactly 10 years older than me.
38, right?
Okay, so Earl's turning 38. Yeah. His birthday, happy birthday.
We are surrounded by children.
Yeah,
we are surrounded by children.
Yeah.
How old are you?
Doesn't matter.
Here
you got to factor in
the
COVID
I'm 32.
32. Yeah, we had the conversation.
Well, Steve's the oldest.
Yes.
Then Jay, then me, then you.
Yeah.
Then G. Then Dustin.
I don't know when.
No, yeah, Dustin's a little younger than G.
It was, I might have told this. We were at Summer League.
Yeah.
I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. And we're in Vegas, and there's all these NBA writers around. They're like all the young hipster writers are all together.
Yeah.
I looked at Joe, I'm like, we're like the old guys
now. Old guys now.
We're not cool anymore. No. Like, oh, man, it sucks.
When did that happen?
Yeah, it happened so fast. Like,
I still believe you guys could get after it better than they can, though.
There's still a generation of guys older than us that are in this business. You know, like Jay.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Francesa in New York. Tony Grossi's a lot older than us.
And you know what?
I think he is. I hope
honestly,
he is.
like, all mad respect to all of them because this business comes for everybody. And it throws everybody out at one time. I mean, Windhurst says it all the time. He's like, we're all going to get screwed at some point. It's just a matter of how much you make before then. But it comes.
And it's constantly changing, too. Like, to people like Francesa, for like the old timers. They've gone through like 17 different iterations of what sports media, sports radio, sports talk has become. It's completely night and day from what it was.
When I first started doing sports talk, we'll move on quickly after this, but when I first started doing sports talk, like I wasn't really using the internet. I mean, the internet was available, but like it wasn't as accessible as it is now. There was certainly no, even if there were cell phones, didn't have one. I can't remember when cell phones started exactly. And like sometimes I would get, like, I'd be doing topics out of, like, the paper.
Yeah.
Or the AP Wire. Remember the AP Wire?
I worked for the AP Wire for a little while.
There you go. So, anyway, things have changed a lot.
I worked for a place that didn't even exist when I graduated college. Like, the Athletic online news organization.
You would never thought that was
Never
possible.
Thought that I was going to spend my life in newspapers. So, now here I am with all of you beautiful people.
On YouTube.
Go ahead.
On
Anthony.
YouTube.
That was so sweet. All right, guys. The NFL season is back, and honestly, there's nothing better than being in the stadium surrounded by fans and cheering on your team. But let's be honest, getting tickets can be a hassle between queues, login screens, prices jumping at checkout. It's frustrating. That's why I use Game Time, the app that gives the advantage back to the fans. Game Time is fast, easy, and backed by Game Time Guarantee. You'll always get 100% authentic tickets delivered on time at the best price. Plus, all fees are included, so the price you see is the price you pay. I love the zone deals too. You pick the section, Game Time picks the seats, and you save big. So download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONNFL for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, that's promo code LOCKEDONFL for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download Game Time today.
All right, this is funny.
Yeah.
As we're sitting here talking, and we're talking about my life insurance policy.
Yeah.
Mike just got a text that's 1,000% true.
Yeah.
I don't know who that was, but he said Jason.
My financial guy.
Oh, said Jason's life insurance policy is with his partner, Wes. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So his financial guy is partners with the guy that has my life. I got a couple different guys, but the guy that has my life insurance policy.
Why are you?
That's pretty funny.
You a financial guy?
Yeah, I'm trying to invest for the future,
Look at
man.
You. Not a lot of 30-year-olds have financial guys.
When I met Halim, you guys know, he super chats us all the time. It's my money guy. I was like, I don't have enough money for this. And he's like, trust me, if you start early, you can start building. And
I know, I wish I would have. It's smart.
Absolutely.
Now, I laughed at the amount I let him take because it's not a lot.
It doesn't matter.
Like,
it doesn't matter.
He said
That's good
start
to get
early,
started.
And
most people are not doing that in their 30s.
Yep.
And now it makes it feel better that my guy and Jason's, because Jason's in a way different tax bracket than me. I mean, we are talking eons and eons difference in tax brackets between Jason, Lloyd, and where I am at.
Yeah,
so the fact that we are in the same circle of financial guys, then I feel good about this.
My nephew.
Shout out to Halim, by the way.
My nephew did an internship at that place. And I had let my previous life insurance policy lapse, and so I just went with my nephew, who was working under Wes. So that's how I just wound up there for life insurance.
Small world.
Yeah.
I had a friend that was handling my life insurance for a while, and then I got a real financial guy and not an insurance guy, and they had me a much better deal. I had to fire my friend.
Oh, jeez. That's rough.
I mean, it's life insurance. I gotta, make the best deal. He understood. But anyway. All right, so let's get right into it. We did the read there.
Did the read.
The Browns playing the Ravens this week. Obviously, the Browns' offensive line is very bad.
So
but
the
Ravens' defensive line, guys, is also really bad. They've struggled. They're dealing with injuries on their defensive line. The Browns really haven't had an advantage in the trenches this year, at least when they were on offense. Do we think this is the game where they might have can't even get it? I wasn't even I couldn't even really say it. That's why it took me forever to get it out.
You can't find the right words to build it up and make it sound good.
No faith.
No. Right? Have you seen these tackles? No. And honestly, like the interior of the line is the strength of the line, but they've had issues too.
They're not playing great.
And I think part of the issues is when the guy next to you, you don't have confidence in him, it takes away from your responsibilities because you're constantly sort of looking over your shoulder. And, I mean, listen, Joel's at the end of his career. Wyatt's fought a ton of injuries throughout his career.
Yeah.
Postic's been up and down. But if you've got to pick a spot, the interior of the line is certainly better than the tackles.
Right.
Jack's had a lot of injuries in his career. I think he's sort of beaten up now.
Yeah, he was terrible last week.
And the guys that they've cycled
Cam
through
Robinson,
here
JT Leviston, Cornelius Lucas.
It's I mean, we've said it for a few weeks. This line, we've spent so much time talking about the quarterback, and I get it, it's the quarterback.
Yeah.
The line is in a crisis mode because of the situation that they're in and the fact that they have to rebuild. It's not one or two spots. It's basically the entire line.
No, it's not a crisis. It's a 5-alarm fire.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unheard of what they have to do. Have you ever seen a team that needed 5 new offensive linemen?
No.
An expansion
Now
team.
they may re-sign Teller, or maybe they re-sign Poach. That's it. Conklin's gone.
I don't know.
Left tackle's nothing.
I don't know if Whippler's ready to play or not. He's been here long enough. He should be.
Like, there's no reason to believe he can.
But
certainly Zach Zinter can't play.
No, but I mean, at least Whippler gets on the field. At least Whippler's allowed to put a helmet on on game day. So I would imagine, total speculation. I'd imagine Whippler would be the center next year.
Yeah.
Maybe you bring Teller back. It's a big number, but you got to have some sort of.
You need something.
Veteran. And plus, I mean, I don't want to derail the whole thing. I would bring Njoku and Teller back after what they said the other week about how I want to be here. It is so hard to find guys who want to be involved in a situation like they are. Yeah. And if you've got veterans who are high-character guys like that, you need them in the locker room. So I would bring both of those guys back for that reason alone, that just you need people in there who will keep paddling. But no, this line is a terrible, terrible shape.
Yeah, I don't think there's an adjective, a description that actually accurately puts how bad of a situation this offensive line is. You had DeJuan Jones speak yesterday. He wants to move back to right tackle, by the way. He made that very clear.
He spoke yesterday?
Yeah, for the first time since injury.
He's probably in the locker room rehabbing.
Yeah. Oh. And he said that he's on track to rehab properly, but he wants to move back to the right side.
I don't know how you can count on him.
But
you can't.
That's my point.
Yeah.
You can't. Like, that is the only guy that, in theory, has starting experience that you know is on the roster next year, but you can't count on DeJuan Jones for anything more than 3-4 games.
He'll be in a competition.
Everything else is out of the question. Luke Whippler may be able to play. There's no guarantee on that. Zach Zinter may be able to play. We don't know about that. Even Tevin Jenkins, the guy they signed, I believe was a 1-year deal, right? So he's gone. So even your backups, Cornelius Lucas, is on a 1-year deal too. He's gone. They may have 7 new offensive linemen in here next year.
They have 3 guys under contract for next year on the offensive line.
DeWand, Whippler, and Zinter.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it, yeah.
And we don't know that any of them can start.
No.
So
DeWand can start it, especially at right tackle.
But he can't stay on the field.
Can't stay on the field.
You just can't count him as
3
a full-time.
3 years in a row ended on the operating table.
Yeah,
you
he
can't.
barely played.
Yeah.
And you felt better. I felt better coming into this year because he had lost a lot of weight.
Right.
So you're like, okay, maybe that's going to help him stay healthy, but it didn't.
And it was it was an unfortunate injury. He got hit low on a screen block. It wasn't like it was in a pass block set or anything, but when you're that big, you're susceptible to random weird kind of plays and hits. Yeah. And over the course of time, like, he's had 2 major knee injuries now, or major knee surgeries in the last 3 years. Correct? Correct?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Like, he's 6'8", 3 whatever.
Yeah. I wonder if he's kept the weight off
tough.
with dealing with the injury.
I wasn't there yesterday, so I have no idea.
So I assume, do you think that the Browns are going to have an advantage this week?
Advantage, no. Do I think they can hold up better than they have in the past? Yes. When you look at the Ravens' pass rush, they just traded for Draymond Jones, the St. Ignatius kid, because they had nobody else who was able to get to the quarterback. Van Noy's been out, Matabike's been out, and they've essentially been rotating guys in who, in the defensive line mold, are guys you just plug in to eat blockers. Like, they're not even trying to generate a pass rush with their defensive line. They're bringing some exotic blitzes, and they've been better in the last couple of weeks at doing that. Their defense, we'll get to it in the 5 stats segment, has been better the last couple of weeks, but they also haven't been playing a gauntlet of good quarterbacks. Their defensive line essentially
still not playing a good quarterback, so why would it be any
No, I'm just saying in that stretch, it's not
right,
but
played. You're discrediting it a little bit.
Well, yeah, they're not.
And if they were playing a good offense this week, if they were playing the Bengals this week,
I see what you're saying.
I'd say, well, it doesn't matter, but it does matter.
The Browns' offense is probably worse than the 4 they've played.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the worst in football. I mean, them are the Titans.
They did play Cooper Rush. Oh, no, they played
it doesn't matter, Mike.
What's it called?
There's not a quarterback.
I'm not arguing the Browns' defense is good.
No,
I'm just saying offense.
There's not a quarterback you can name that is definitively worse than Dillon Gabriel.
Where are you getting to me defending Dillon Gabriel? I'm just saying they haven't played any good quarterbacks. The defense has looked better. They're playing another bad offense this week.
Right.
But their pass rush has not been the reason their defense has gotten better. They started forcing way more turnovers.
Yeah.
None of those have come via strip sacks, forcing quarterbacks into quick throws. That's my point. So they've looked better. The defense is playing better, not because the pass rush has been good. So I think the Browns' offensive line can actually, give Dillon a little bit of time, but I've seen too much from this offensive line to have any confidence it's going to withhold for a whole game.
You know what, though? As bad as the offensive line has been, a lot of the sacks last week were his fault.
Yeah.
First of all, you should never be sacked on 4th down.
Totally
agreed.
Ever.
And there were 3 guys wide open on that 4th down play.
Yeah, there's zero excuse to be sacked on 4th down ever. And there were a couple of those sacks that he couldn't see the field, or he held the ball too long. I'm not saying the offensive line isn't playing well. They're obviously not, but
he's got to help himself.
Quarterback contributes to the sacks.
It feels like in the last 2-3 weeks in particular, as soon as there's pressure, his eyes drop. And he's going into scramble escape mode as opposed to navigating the pocket, trying to find windows to actually throw the ball downfield through. And that's where the height does come into play. Like, that's actually one of the areas where the tangible lack of height is an issue. And 2, it's just a terrible habit to have. And the worst quarterbacks over the history of the league are the guys that when they feel pressure, can't find their escape route. Exactly.
Yeah. We're in a situation, like we have this topic, and there's another topic later where we're talking about who's going to be the offensive player that will make a difference. We've reached a point, unfortunately, with the Browns that every conversation devolves into just how
bad they are. Yeah.
It's really hard. Like last year, certainly 2 years ago, and last year we did a lot of let's draft the top 10 players. Things are so bad for the Browns on offense that they're just not capable of being even adequate. And that's hard to believe because it's so rare that you see that an offense is this is historically bad.
The game is built for offense.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You'll see plenty of teams that have bad defense. Right? There's a lot of bad defensive teams.
Yeah.
But to be this level of bad on offense they're actually up to 29th. I'm surprised on points per game. The defense has probably contributed to that. I mean, just think about that for a minute. I can't believe there's 3 teams worse.
By the way,
averaging 168 passing yards a game.
The league average in scoring is about 22 points, by the way. They're a full touchdown beneath that.
Yeah, I mean, so there's just nothing. It's hard to have these are topics that if we were doing a show about almost any other team in the NFL, these are good topics. Who's the offensive player? On other teams, you got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options maybe of who's going to be the key contributor. If if you're talking about offensive line versus defensive line, and we're talking about any other team in the NFL or almost any other team, we're having legitimate. It's hard. I'm kind of laughing at myself as I'm talking about this because it's just they can't do anything. They're completely inept.
I was in the Cavs locker room last night after the game
yeah.
and was talking to someone in the locker room who asked me, how do you guys keep coming up with Browns topics? And I go, well, I just rename them something different every day, and they devolve back to the exact same point of we want to see Shedeur. This offense is abysmal. It's hard to have any confidence in any part of the coaching staff or the front office, and we just no matter what the topic bar says, can the Browns offensive line hold up against the Ravens defensive line?
Yeah.
No one gives a single rat's ass about us talking about Brent Urban versus Jack Conklin on the outside.
Breakdowns are
it's meaningless.
Is my mic better now? It's good.
And we've tried doing some of those topics.
Who said this to you? I missed it while I was fixing my mic.
I was in the Cavs locker room last night. Someone in the Cavs locker room.
One of the players?
Someone on the staff.
Oh, it was like... okay.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. What are you interrogating them for?
I'm not
Clearly doesn't want to tell you.
I'm just curious.
Somebody in the conversation.
Obviously, you didn't want to tell me. I don't know.
I'm not going to name names here.
No, I'm saying, but it's not like they asked a nasty question or anything. They just asked how do you come
No, but I don't want...
Just protect
No, that's fine. It's fine. I get
People I talk to don't need to know that I talk to them. Come on now.
All right.
You know how it works.
I don't know. It just doesn't seem
No, he doesn't know how it works, clearly.
Well, no. It just seemed like an odd thing to have to protect. They weren't saying anything controversial.
No,
and it is. It's hard to come, but it does end up turning into the same thing all the time.
I was actually thinking this morning, I didn't do it yet, but because I never get to take AJ to the games because I'm always covering them.
Yeah.
So I took him to that Saints game, that Christmas Eve Saints game when it was
in
148 below. I don't think that was before the show, wasn't it?
Nope. It was during the show. It was the first
year. Were we doing shows?
Because I was in Florida with my family that day.
So I took him. That was the first game I ever took him to, and it was so freaking cold. And I thought, I need to cover this one, but I think I'm gonna go buy tickets, just scalp them so that I can resell them if I want to. I was gonna scalp tickets to that Titans game because I can get them dirt cheap.
Yeah.
And then if Shedeur plays, I can resell them.
Oh yeah.
Triple the value.
Oh yeah.
And go because then I have to cover it. If Shedor's playing, then I got to cover it.
Yeah.
But if he's not, then I can take AJ to another game.
Right.
Businessman.
Genius.
That's smart.
Genius.
Because tickets are a joke.
$6.
It's $6 to get in this week.
You could probably
in November. Those are December prices.
Week 18.
Yeah, that's week 17, week 18
probably
prices.
get 10 times your money if Shedeur plays. I mean, it's gonna be a packed house.
Now I just gave away all my secrets. Now everyone's gonna run out and buy the tickets to the Titans.
Yeah. You think he's gonna play by the Titans?
I think there's a chance. What's the date on that?
It's 2 weeks.
He should play against the Raiders next week, assuming Dillon Gabriel stays.
Because it goes Raiders-Titans. No, it's Raiders-Niners-Titans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Raiders, 49ers-Titans.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
So week 14.
Yeah, I think there's...
That's the week after Thanksgiving.
The Steelers prices are actually pretty high still because the Steelers fans are probably buying them all.
Oh, my God. That's going to be all Steelers fans.
Yeah, it will be.
What a shame.
We talked about how...
It'll be all Bills fans for week 16.
Oh, for sure. You know what? Keep that schedule up if you can because we talked about schedule makers did no favors to the Browns. Look at the start that they had. They also backloaded all of their home games. They've played, I think they played 3 home games.
Well, they have the London game counted as a home game.
Right.
So they've been, how many times have they?
4 of their last 6.
So how many times have they been at home? 1, 2.
Vikings,
all right, keep going. Vikings doesn't count.
So
Miami 3. Yeah.
So
they've had 3 home games. This will be their 4th game
that is crazy.
At Brown Stadium, and it's November. So look at all these home games still to come. I mean,
they got 5 of their final 8 games at home.
It's going to be a cemetery
4
in there.
6.
It's going to be home games for the Bills and the Steelers at the rate we're going.
Yeah, 100%.
Depressing.
100%. It will be.
So how many sacks to the Ravens D-line this week, Bull?
I don't think there'll be many.
I think 2.
You think 2?
2.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'll give you an answer. I'm going.
That's where we're at with this.
All right, let's switch it up. Let's talk about the Cavs, right?
No, we got
to talk about Depodesta next.
Oh God, can we talk about the Cavs?
I mean,
can I rip them at least?
I've never seen you so excited to talk about the Cavs.
We're talking about Depodesta next,
I want
guys.
to rip Evan Mobley in his pathetic performance. Go ahead, Anthony. Give us a read.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement of this sports season, whether you're following the NFL, the NBA, or both. There's no better time to jump in on the action. If you haven't tried it yet, Prize Picks is the simplest way to play. Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats, and if you get them right, you win. It takes less than 60 seconds to make your lineup, and you can play anywhere with Prize Picks operates, including California, Texas, and Georgia. Plus, if one of your players leaves early with an injury, the injury reboot will save your lineup from a loss. So download Prize Picks app today. Use code LOCKEDONNFL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONNFL for $50 in lineups after your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
All right, well, Paul Depodesta wasn't right very often as the what do you call it?
Chief Strategy
Officer of the Browns. Now he's the general manager for the Rockies, going from the worst franchise in football to the worst franchise in baseball.
I don't know if anyone has asked him yet if he's actually going to move to Denver, if he's going to try and do the job from La Jolla.
I bet
I would imagine. I mean, he's got to move to Denver. I'm joking, but I'm not. Like, it's.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's insane.
Did you guys hear what he said, though, by the way?
I saw it. I didn't hear it.
I saw the clip.
Yeah, go ahead. You want to set it up?
Well,
do you want to set it up, Mike? Or
Mike, set it
no,
up.
yeah, he
was
did
ready
his
to go.
Intro press conference with the Rockies, and
he was asked about Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Here's what he said.
In your last position in Cleveland, you received a lot of blame for the Deshaun Watson trade that objectively was a failure with that organization. Is that fair? And if so, how can you be assured that you won't do something like that again here now in Colorado?
The previous question was about big swings, huh?
Risk.
Yeah. I was also calling plays for the Browns, and look, and I've said this before, I think whenever you have a significant player decision, whether it's a trade, big free agent signing, number 1 draft pick, whatever it is, like those are organizational decisions. Right? Those are done collaboratively, like a lot of people on board. And if you're a senior leader of that organization at that time, then you own that decision. I mean, you do. We all do. So that's the way I feel about that. And it's the way I feel about sort of almost all the decisions we made there in Cleveland. I absolutely, own them all. And look, I've said this now for probably 25 plus years. Like, I lost my no-hitter a long time ago. Like a long, long time ago. Like I'm not perfect. I haven't been perfect. I won't be perfect going forward. Like we are definitely going to miss again. But hopefully we learn from that, and we learn from both the successes and the failures, and we get better the next time we need to make a significant decision. And I do feel like I've been able to do that through the course of my career. I feel confident that I'm a lot better today than I was 5 years ago or 10 years ago or 20 years ago. And I hope 5 years from now I'm a lot better than I am sitting here today.
Variety of annoying things he said there, but I don't see how that's a shot at Kevin Stefanski.
Well, before we get to that, I'm all for, I love throwing fastballs at guys as far as questions go. How can we be assured you're not going to do that? Is there a
what a stupid question?
Is there a sexual predator in the Major League Baseball with
yes,
Trevor Bauer? I wasn't. Trevor Bauer, come on down.
And the guy from the Rays, who was a really good player, and then he's
Wander Franco. Wander Franco's going under the.
Wander Franco.
He's going under the prison. But I guess if the Rockies sign Trevor Bauer,
then was it kind of silly.
Then you'll know what Paul's role was.
Everybody's going to screw up. I mean, nobody bats 100. He's right, but he said so many ridiculous things. That was not a shot at Stefanski joking about the play calling.
When I saw the initial tweet, I was like, damn, he took a shot.
No.
And then you watch the clip, and it's pretty evident. He was saying it in a joking manner.
Yes,
I don't think it was. I think he was just trying to be playful.
Why would he take a shot?
He's awkward. Like, it came off awkward, but that's just who he is. Yeah, that's just Paul Depodesta.
And I know, everybody wants to just pile on all of these guys right now and set them all on fire. I get it. The one thing, in terms of the Deshaun thing, Paul's name really never, at least to me, I have no idea what he thought, what his role was. I don't know. His name never really came up in terms of, the pursuit of Deshaun. It was never Paul. It was always Andrew, Kevin, and Jimmy.
Yeah.
Never was. Have we ever once sat here and talked about Paul Depodesta's role
Jay has.
and the acquisition?
Jay blames him for everything.
Well, I know. But, I'm just, Andrew was the first one in. I've said that from the beginning. Everyone has made that clear. Andrew was doing work on Deshaun. And
by the way, most of us thought it was a good idea.
Yeah, I did too. I always said I understood why they did it. I totally understood why they made the move that they did. It obviously didn't work out. But Andrew was doing work on Deshaun in 2019 when he was in Philly, that year in Philly. He was the first one in on wanting to do this. ultimately Jimmy was the last one that wanted to pull the trigger. Paul's name just never came up in one form or another.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, he did say the thing in Vegas about it being, it's not always unanimous on things. That I sort of raised an eyebrow to that. Did you guys talk about that? Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah, we did.
Paul said that
did.
in Vegas at the GM meetings. He had a line in there, something about you're not always going to get a unanimous on certain things.
It's like last week, literally last week we talked about
it. And
I was not here last week.
Oh, maybe you weren't. That's why.
I don't remember the exact. But
he basically said in any kind of big decision, it's never going to be unanimous. There's always going to be pushback.
Okay.
That's good for an organization when there is a little bit of back and forth.
That's true.
I totally agree with that. And the only reason I bring it up is because it's been like Andrew and Kevin were on board.
Yeah.
So if it was not unanimous, he was the one.
Right.
It wasn't that made it not unanimous. But I have no idea. I don't want to. He's gone. It doesn't matter
at this point.
But I don't. But his name just never came up in the Deshaun. He'll be linked to that forever. Clearly.
Here's part of the.
They all will be. They'll all have to wear that for the rest of their.
And
careers.
I've been very hard on Kevin the fact that he doesn't answer questions, and that pisses me off.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, especially after yesterday when Jim Schwartz is ripping the defense and the other guys are actually saying
things.
He's
the only one that won't ever say anything.
It's weird that it's not an organizational approach. It's a Kevin Stefanski specific approach, and it makes it look even worse in totality when you have the other guys openly.
Much worse.
Honestly, Jimmy should just talk every Sunday. He wants to be Jerry. Just be Jerry.
Yeah, do it.
Stand in the back of the room every Sunday.
Say all kinds of goofy stuff.
Talk every Sunday. If you want to be Jerry, then be Jerry.
We should try to get Jimmy on this show. Like Jerry goes on that one radio station all the time.
Well, after all the things that have been said about the Haslam's on this show, I highly doubt that this will be their first stop.
But Jerry does the same thing, and those dudes down in the fan, it's the ticket 105.3 in Dallas.
Whatever. You know what? I have more respect for him if he did. He had the guts to come on here, even though we rip him.
If he comes on, you know where he's going. He's going to the partners. He's not coming here.
Yeah. Because he's soft, and they'll kiss
his ass. That's the whole reason of the partnership.
Yeah.
That's why you pay all that money.
I know. It's ridiculous. They were on 2 radio stations. The whole thing was a disgrace when it first started. I hated it and whatever. But anyway, part of the thing is, let me say this, to defend all these guys when they talk, especially a guy like Paul Depodesta, okay? I was annoyed by 10 different things he said there, which I'm not going to get into. But these guys, they don't talk for a living. So many of these guys, they're a bunch of like numbers geeks, and they don't know how to communicate. They all get the same lessons because Andrew and Kevin talk the same as Antonetti and Chernoff. Now, Antonetti and Chernoff are less stiff, and they're better, and they're more experienced. And I think it helps that Chernoff's dad is in media. I think that's helped him over the years. But they all speak the same way.
I mean, Barry's dad's in media.
Barry's with media, decent media, but as a coach, now I agree with you in the Depodesta, the analytics guys, the front office guys, fine. A coach is one of his primary responsibilities is the ability to communicate and the ability to send a clear message to your team. And I have a very good friend of mine who's now a head coach in a situation that he is the first time that he has to communicate to players directly and deliver a message to a team on a night in, night out basis. And the first thing he came to me when he got hired was, I need your help. Like, this is not my strength as a human. How do I get better at this? And I'm like, you're coming to the wrong person. Go talk to the guys you've worked with who have coached in the past. I could talk about random stuff on YouTube. Not the same. But as a coach, one of your primary responsibilities is to be able to communicate a clear message. And when you're sitting in front of a press room, you don't have to just ignore everything. You don't have to give everything away
some
either.
People are better at talking to
players it's part of the job, though.
Yeah,
like communication is a huge part of the job.
You are 1,000% right. Like obviously, what you do on the field is most important.
Yeah.
And if you have success on the field, you can beat Belichick and you can give everyone the finger because you're winning Super Bowls. But when you're not winning and you are not communicating, you are the face of the franchise and you are the conduit to the public. And that's why they have PR departments. That's why PR departments work with these guys. That's why they prep them on these are the questions. This is what's going on today. Be prepared for this. We need to talk about that. You need to have an answer for this. And then there are specialists outside. I'm not going to say who, but I know of someone who used to work in television who is now a consultant who works with these teams and with some of the players and with some of the head coaches on how to get the message across and how to present yourself to the media. And Kevin's just not interested.
No.
And when they had a bad year a couple years ago, they did a better job I can't go into all the details, but they did a better job behind the scenes of pulling the curtain back a little bit and letting people in a little bit more. And then they had a good year, and then it was right back to the way it was.
Right. Yeah.
And
it just looks worse.
And the frustrating thing, I've gotten to know Kevin a little bit. I don't think we're nearly as close as everybody thinks we are. It's kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
Like I don't talk to him. Like we don't have much of a relationship, because especially when they're going through it like this.
Yeah.
You sort of leave guys alone when they're going. But I have had conversations with him in the past. He's extremely personable. Like, he's actually really funny, and I don't know why he won't let people see that side of him. This is just the route that he's chosen.
It helps you.
100% it helps you.
Fans and media, if you're nice and if you're communicative and if you show your personality a little bit, will give you more of a benefit of the doubt.
If you give them something.
Yes.
Yeah. And he has not helped his cause with the way that he goes about this, and he just doesn't care. And I went round and round with Ty Lue about that, because Ty used to sit up there. I don't know if you remember this. Ty used to sit up there. If he didn't want to answer a question, he'd go, I don't remember. And people went, no, of course he remembers. Yeah. He doesn't want to answer it. And I was like, Ty, you can't do that. You can't say I don't remember. You look like an idiot when you sit up there and you say I don't remember. He's like, I don't care. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
So sometimes they don't care. Yeah. But you are right. They are the fake. Kevin talks 3 times a week, 4 times a week. Yeah. He talks on Zoom on Monday. They're off on Tuesday. He talks on Wednesday. He talks. The coordinators talk one day.
The coordinators talk Thursday. He talks Friday.
He's pissing everybody off.
And there's just no need for it. You can give a little bit and get a lot farther. But this is the path that he's chosen. So.
And when it comes to the coaches in football, for example, I'll use Hard Knocks as a good example. Remember when they did the AFC North Hard Knocks? And they show you the little snippets from each
it was
team
so
meeting.
Different. Yeah.
And some guys are better communicators than others. Yeah. And I totally understand that not everyone comes from the same background. They're not on the same page. But as a head coach of any organization, communication is one of the paramount pillars to becoming a good head coach. And when you pull everything back and you decide to hide everything, and your record is what the Browns' record is, it leads us and it leads fans and it leads social media to speculate, come up with conspiracy theories, because you don't give us anything of actual value to hold on to.
And there's no reason for us to go to bat for you.
Exactly.
Right. And it was clear in that Hard Knocks that Tomlin and Harbaugh were much better communicators. They were looser. Kevin, even when he's talking to his team, seems so stiff. When they would show those meetings in the meeting rooms, like, he always came off very stiff.
This isn't a perfect comparison, and I don't want to keep bringing up the NBA, but I think it applies. When I was covering the NBA, when the years when LeBron was here, LeBron was so good with those of us who were with him all the time, who saw him every day.
Donovan's like that now.
Donovan gets it too. Donovan's dad works PR.
Yeah.
And LeBron had to go to Miami to figure this out. And LeBron figured this out in Miami, and then when he came back up here, if you don't talk, we talk for you.
Right.
And that's the worst thing you could have. Yes. And that's what Kyrie could never figure out. When Kyrie was here, if you don't talk, we are going to talk for you. And you don't want us talking for you. You want to do the talking yourself. Yeah. And LeBron would talk every day. And he would come around to us, you guys good? Like, we would be at our practice in Orlando, and he'd walk by, you good? You need anything? And we're like, no, man, like, take the day. We're good. We'll get you tomorrow. What superstar? Like, the guys just don't do that anymore. Right. And I understand it's a coach in the face of the organization versus one superstar player. Yeah. But it's the same concept of you have to give them something. You have to give something. Right. And when you give nothing, it leads to, I have seen some batshit crazy arguments and debates this year. And a lot of it stems from the fact that they won't say anything. Right. So then it leads
we're all frustrated.
It leads to stupid, wild conspiracy theories and just idiocy. That a lot of it could be avoided if somebody over there would just open their friggin' mouth. And they don't.
The way he's answered questions about Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson, or especially Shedeur, but Deshaun Watson too recently, it's ridiculous.
Yep.
And that's what leads to all this other nonsense, and it's gotten out of control. And I was talking with Zach this morning, and he's right. Like, if Dillon Gabriel were playing great, then the questions would be stupid.
Yeah.
But Dillon Gabriel's playing as bad as any quarterback can play.
Yes.
And so the questions are reasonable. And yet he doesn't even answer it.
No.
As if it's an absurd question. I shouldn't even say he's taking it that way, because it's not like he's being belligerent about it. He's just not answering the question. He doesn't even answer like simple questions.
Yeah, I know.
And then
I've given up.
Yeah.
And that's the wrong. I know I should go in there and interrogate him and say, why won't you answer this? Why wouldn't? But he's not going to answer it.
No.
So I just don't even go in on his post games now. I'll go work a locker room. I'm not there very often. I'm going to try and get down there today after the show, but I'm not in Berea very often.
Yeah.
A couple times, once or twice a week, counting game days. And I just skip his stuff. Like, there's no point in being there.
And it's just a fun yin and yang of how Kevin Stefanski handles media and Kenny Atkinson.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it on a number of cases. We don't have to dive into it
again. And it doesn't make one any better of a coach than another. It has nothing to do with how good of a coach you are.
No.
But it has everything to do with the image you portray and the message that you're sending.
The media likes Kenny Atkinson.
Oh, they love him.
You're more likely to go to bat for him if, let's say, things go south, and you're more likely to say, let's give him another year. You're less likely.
And I can't say you're wrong. It shouldn't be that way.
It shouldn't be, but it is.
That's
but I can't say you're wrong.
And just for honestly, we're going to talk Cavs. We got one more segment that we're talk Cavs. Kenny came into they got smoked last night. They played terrible. And we'll appropriately crush them in a second. Kenny walked into the post-game press conference last night, sat down and said, man, we played so bad, Serena's not even here to ask a question. I don't even blame her. And then went on and said, all right, guys, rip me apart. Let me hear it.
Kevin would never do anything like that.
But, like, he made a joke, and he said, rip me apart. He said, let me hear it. We deserve it. Like, that was literally what he said. And then, you ask your questions. And
honestly, Steven Vogt's closer to Stefanski than he is to –
yeah, that's a weird one.
Vogt's so open and honest.
No, he came in with this reputation of, like, being very personable.
Yeah, but he's not.
And he is very buttoned up on the podium. So, yeah, he has gone – a little bit, and again, I don't know him that well, but he has gone a different direction than I thought he would when he got that job.
And obviously the Guardians have a very small beat. There was somebody from Cleveland that voted on it. Like, for each award, there's 2 representatives from each team. Mm-hmm. And there was somebody that voted. I never even heard of this person who supposedly covers the Guardians. I can't think of his name now. I texted Zach. I was like, who is this person?
Is he the new MLB.com?
No. I would have recognized that guy's name.
I mean, you have to be in the BBWA for 10 years before you can vote on any awards.
Yeah, that's why I didn't.
So they've been around. Whoever it is has been around a while.
I texted Zach. Where was it? I said, who the bleep is Jordan Schusterman?
I don't know that name.
He voted on one of the awards.
Are you sure he's from Cleveland?
Let's see. Yes, here it is.
I don't know that name.
I can't.
Well, you're looking that up.
Yahoo Sports or something. I don't know.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we're looking up and was trying to get him a read. So if you were diving into something.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, guys, we're going to get a quick little.
By the way, Jose Ramirez finished 3rd in the MVP vote. That guy finishes like top 6 every year.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll ever win one. He probably won't.
I hope he gets one.
Yeah.
We love Jose.
It's going to be hard with Aaron Judge here.
But, guys, before we get to basketball, we got one more football topic with Mike's stats. But the NBA is back, and there's no better place to get on the action than FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you missed the start of the game and want to ride a hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to the fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. It keeps every game exciting, especially when your team's making that late push. Right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. So head on over to FanDuel.com/UCSS to sign up and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA.
Before we get to Mike's stats, what did you think, Jason, of Aaron Judge beating
I actually thought they got it right.
Cal Raleigh?
I would have voted for Judge if I had voted.
I would have too, but I hate the Yankees. By the way,
there was 2 right choices. There wasn't a wrong.
It's been like a lot of NBA MVP votes lately, where it's like you want your. I can't argue with you.
Yeah,
you can't. There was a great case to be made for both of them.
There's people going to out themselves when they say East Coast bias, East Coast bias. The AL East writers, it was a 5-5 split between Raleigh.
Really?
You know what the edge was for Judge?
Cleveland.
The AL West writers.
That's interesting.
AL West writers were 7-3 in favor of Judge.
That's really interesting.
So it had nothing to do with an East Coast bias. The Central was split, the East was split, the West went in favor of Judge for the first place votes. It was close. All right. So 5-pack of
5-pack of stats. Yeah, 5-pack of stats. These are pretty simple.
Yeah, if you go buy McNuggets, how do you have 5-pack?
Yeah, that is.
It's got to be a 6-pack.
You try finding 6 stats.
Give me 6.
Fine.
I want 6.
I have a 6 stat in my head. I'll just give you guys.
All right, I want a 6-pack from now on.
Let's take the first one. Special teams woes, guys.
And get 5 nuggets.
Bubba Ventrone talked yesterday, and in doing some research, I've found the Browns have allowed 3 return touchdowns this season. That's the most in football. Since 2023, they're the only team in football to allow 3 kick return and 3 punt return.
Good Lord.
That's since Bubba Ventrone took over.
What do you mean 3 kick returns? Oh,
they've allowed 3 kick return and 3, so 6 total returns.
6 special teams touchdowns.
No other team in football has allowed more than 3 combined in that stretch. So, yeah, special teams, anything but special early on. And not even early on. The last 2+ years was Ventrone under the helm. And obviously the two last week were the backbreakers against the Jets. All right.
He came here with such
a reputation.
Yeah, reputation.
Yeah, and but I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's something going on in that building because Prefer had a good reputation when he came here too, and I don't think Prefer would have been fired had Ventrone not become available. Like remember, everybody wanted Prefer fired, and it was late. Like I don't remember.
They held on to him for a while. Yeah,
it was a late firing, and it was only after Bubba became available did they fire.
He was in Indy.
Right.
Yeah,
and they had the number 1 special teams unit in Indy 2 years before his departure.
It's just there's something about that building, man.
Turns everybody into crap.
Oh.
All right, stat number 2. I was looking at some of the overall rankings for Dillon Gabriel through his first 5 starts, and since 2006, 72 rookies have dropped back and thrown at least 200 passes. Gabriel's 5 yards per attempt ranks dead last out of the 72 qualified quarterbacks.
Yeah.
This season, out of 33 qualified quarterbacks, he ranks 32nd in QBR, 32nd in air yards per attempt, and he is the 5th highest off-target pass rate at 17.9%. So almost a fifth of his passes are charted and registered as completely off-target.
I'm surprised there's people worse than him.
My Lord.
So not good.
Any surprising people that are worse than him? Or is it all the usual terrible suspects?
I don't mean, if I'm at my laptop, I could have all these up on my phone. I can't. But it was no name was super shocking that you would expect.
Can you pull that up one more time? I'm sorry. I want to see that top one. It was 72 rookies.
Rookies have dropped back 200 plus times.
Since when?
Since 2006.
So in the last 20 years, 72 rookies have thrown 200 or more passes, and he's dead last of those 72 yards per
what about the veterans? He's probably...
Oh, he might be dead
last among all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have that.
That's true out of how many hundred players?
Yeah. Not good.
Right. If he's last amongst rookies, you got to figure.
The rookies are going to be near the bottom of it anyway, usually.
If he's not last, he's got to be in the bottom 2 or 3 out of probably 500 players.
This next stat's a positive Brown stat. I found a positive one.
It's a shocker.
We did talk about this a little bit yesterday, but the one noticeable difference, or one of the noticeable differences in the first week of Tommy Rees calling plays was their attention to getting Jerry Jeudy the ball, at least trying to get him. They had 12 targets. Yeah. Jeudy was targeted on 32.4% of his routes against the Jets.
Yeah.
By far the highest number he had all season.
Yeah.
Entering last week, he was targeted on just 18.7% of his routes, so almost a 200% increase, about 180 is the actual percentage increase on the amount of targets he got per routes run. Through his career, he's never been under 20% in terms of targets per routes. So
you wonder if that's like the Jets are right there with the Bengals and the Cowboys in terms of terrible defense.
But he did have 12 targets, which was by far the most he's had all year.
I wonder against the Ravens, who are a better defense, although they're not great.
And Marlon Humphrey's not playing.
Oh, he's not?
No.
Interesting. I didn't see that. And then next week they play a bad defense again in the Raiders. So, all right. Yeah. I mean, Jerry Jeudy's their only – I know he's had a terrible year, but he's an NFL receiver, unlike the rest of their guys.
Just something to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
All right, stat number 4 here. Vegas loves Baltimore. The Ravens are 8.5-point favorites heading into this game.
Went down to 7.5.
Well, when I looked this up, they were 8.5-point favorites. Maybe it has dropped. However, it doesn't really matter. If 7.5, 8.5, this doesn't change the stat. Under the John Harbaugh, era, the Ravens are 13-0 straight up against the Browns when they're favored by 7 or more points. 13-2, yes.
What is their record against the spread?
Which is crazy, real quick.
Yeah.
Because that means they've played the Browns 15 times under John Harbaugh, or they've been more than a touchdown favorite. Yeah. Think about that. 15 times they've played the Browns.
Sadly, it's not surprising.
No, it's not surprising when you think about it.
How long has he been there?
06.
About 15 years.
So
20 years.
20 years.
20 years, yeah.
A little under 20. So almost once a year.
The Ravens have not swept Cleveland since
basically.
2000, and Stefanski against the Ravens at home, he actually is 3-2. So,
yeah, I think they've won 3 of the last 4
at home.
Yeah, I mean they won it last year. That was the Jim Donovan game last year. Right. Jimmy did something to
the Kyle Hamilton drop pick, then Cedric Tillman.
Yeah.
All right,
that was what's his name?
Jameis Winston.
Oh, it was James. Oh yeah, it was James. I was thinking
that was Jameis Winston.
Was it 2 years ago that P.J. Walker beat them? It's all a blur now.
PJ Walker did not beat the Ravens.
He beat the Ravens?
He beat the Niners.
Beat the Niners.
Crazy game,
Niners.
yeah.
Okay. Right, the year before it was Deshaun.
Yes. And that was the crazy comeback, but that was in Baltimore. That was not
the
here.
last time we were happy to see him on the field.
And then the next day,
yeah,
shoulder injury. All right.
Exactly.
Stat number 5 out of a 6-pack.
Oh.
Because I'm making up this well, I'm not making up. I know the stat.
Yeah.
Ravens defense, I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
2 different teams, weeks 1 through 5, they allowed 35.4 points per game against. They only had 2 takeaways. In week 6 through 10, it's dropped to 14.5 points per game, 8 takeaways. They haven't allowed a team to score.
What a massive difference.
20 points or more since Houston, and that was in week 5. Once again, they're getting a bunch of turnovers. They played some bad offenses. But in that last second game stretch, week 6 through 10, they did play the Rams. They held the Rams to 17 points. And the Rams have been an offensive juggernaut.
Right now.
They're the best team they played in that stretch. But, yeah, first 5 weeks of the season, this was a horrific defensive unit.
Yeah.
Except for when they played the Browns.
They've been pretty good. That is true.
That makes that, what was that, week 2? That makes that look even worse.
Yeah, it's week 2. They gave up the 50 points or 48 to the Bills in week 1.
Forced turnovers.
The Ravens' defense is decent.
It's okay. It's just okay. Yeah.
They're
playing better.
The Browns' offense is so bad. That's a good stat. All right, what's your bonus 6 stat?
Bonus stat is about the Cavs.
You did this last week, too.
Cavs.
I did. Well, I was going to bring this up in the Cavs topic. This is going to segue us into the Cavs topic. So I want to give you this stat, then we'll talk about the game.
Let me give you another stat.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have seen this stat. I don't know if I mentioned it. Do you know that since the start of last season, so you're talking 27 games, the Bengals have lost 6 times when they've scored 30 or more points.
Wow.
Think about that for a minute. No other team has lost more than twice in that scenario.
That's nuts.
They've lost 6 games, including the last 2 weeks.
Wow.
6 times when they scored 30 or more points. Like, what are the odds of that?
Well,
I wonder if that's ever happened before in a 2-year stretch. And it won't be the last time. They'll do it again this year, probably.
Well, and
now let's get to the Cavs stat.
All right, I'll give you the Cavs stat.
Or you can steal my Oklahoma City stat that I gave you.
No, I actually have a Cavs stat that's more relevant. They've been horrible in the second quarter this season.
Okay.
What do you think their plus minus in just second quarters this year is?
Well, now that you're saying
as a team, not like individual.
They played how many games?
They're 8-5, so 13 games.
Okay, I'll say they're minus 67 in the second quarter.
Not bad.
Yeah, I was thinking like 90s, minus 90, 89, 90.
They're minus 54 in the second quarter, the third worst second quarter plus minus in all of basketball. Kenny talked about it last night.
Yeah.
When those first bench rotations have come in, they have not done a good job holding leads. They have a plus first quarter plus minus, a plus third quarter plus minus, and a plus fourth quarter plus minus. And they are the third worst in the league in the second quarter.
Are you going to read for us first? Go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah, guys, while we're talking about basketball, you can experience Charge basketball at Public Hall this season. The Cleveland Charge, the NBA G League affiliate for the Cleveland Cavaliers, are back in action for their 5th season here in Cleveland, with Charge alumni like Dean Wade and Sam Merrill, and two-way players like Naquan Tomlin and Luke Travers show that the NBA G League is the home for future stars of the NBA. Charge basketball is the best option for affordable family fun in the land, with fan giveaways, exciting theme nights, post-game player autographs, and so much more. The Charge tip-off this Friday, November 14th, at 7 against the Wisconsin Herd. It's opening night presented by Rocket, and the first 2,000 fans receive a free mini hoop schedule. Tickets are on sale now at clevelandcharge.com. Mike's getting a big group to go out tonight, so make sure you get your Charge tickets for tonight's game at 7.
Guys.
Yeah, come out. Charge game's going to be fun.
This is a perfect day for me to be on with the two of you because I have been hard on Evan Mobley. Pause.
Worst game he's played in multiple seasons last night.
I mean, what the hell happened?
It was bad. It was ugly.
And meanwhile, Scotty Barnes, who you guys were, it was G. Bush.
G. Bush, yeah.
Ripping Scotty Barnes yesterday. He showed you he deserved to win Rookie of the Year over Evan Mobley.
Oh,
shut up.
Because of one game? Get out of here.
Bull had been waiting all morning to drop that line.
He played great, though, last night.
Yeah, Scotty Barnes was good.
Mobley was
terrible.
He was terrific.
Awfully. What happened? What was he doing?
Just from the get-go, he didn't look engaged. He never got engaged. He played 35 minutes and took 7 shots. Tyrese Proctor played 11 minutes and took 8 shots. I asked Kenny about that after the game.
Yeah.
And Kenny said, yeah, Mike, it's a bad job out of us. It's a bad job out of Evan.
Like low-key showing off that Kenny called you Mike.
Kenny calls everyone by name just like Kevin does, so that's not necessarily an accomplishment. But he said they tried to run some ATO plays for him in Toronto.
Yeah.
Blew him up in his terms, but man, it's so frustrating because you see the moments of the potential of Evan Mobley, and they are so tantalizing. But then you watch him out there for 35. This wasn't like he was in foul trouble, played 16 minutes, and it's like,
right.
He was out there for 35 minutes last night. He took Wednesday off as a rest day.
Yeah.
There's no excuse in the world for Evan Mobley to have a performance like he did last night against a team that 2 weeks ago when they played Toronto the first time, he had 29 points and dominated. This is a team that does not have a good defensive matchup for Evan Mobley.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of guys with length and size, but nobody's an actual good matchup against Evan. And he was a complete non-factor offensively. Boley was a non-factor defensively. He ended up with 9 rebounds, but he had about 4 to 5 rebounds until midway through the third quarter. Him being out there was a negative for the Cavs last night. And there should never be a game because of how good he can be defensively where Evan Mobley is a net negative for the team. He may not always make his shots, may make some bad turnovers, he may play a sloppy game. There is never, ever, 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 ever an acceptable moment for Evan Mobley to be a net negative for the Cavs. And last night, he was not just a net negative, he was by far their biggest net negative, and that's the most disappointing part.
Jason, your guy, what happened to him?
He had a bad game. He had a really bad game.
I mean, that's...
No, I agree. It can't happen.
Yeah.
And what I've actually thought, because I didn't go last night, but I had it on, and then I was listening to Kenny's post game, so I heard your question, and Kenny said something before that about like he kind of took a shot at the Cavs' mental toughness.
Oh yeah.
And that's obviously been a huge talking point. For years, and to have him come out and say it after a random mid-November game, I kind of put an eyebrow up at that one too. Of like, okay. But, I mean, they got to be better. This is – I mean, did you guys see, like, Channing really ripped them? On
Fry?
I
didn't hear what he said.
On the just about how disjointed they look, and obviously they've had a lot of injuries. And Channing said when Donovan's out there, it's all Donovan, and then when Donovan's out there, everybody else tries to get theirs, and they don't know how to play together.
They have, like, no rhythm as a team.
And they've been together for too long to still be having some of the problems that they're having. I was surprised at how hard Channing sort of went in on them because they have had a lot of injuries. And, no, you're not going to use injuries as an excuse, but it is the reality of their situation. But, I mean, that has nothing to do with last night. Like, Evan can't have games like that.
They look like two different offenses when Darius plays and when he doesn't. And there's no way Darius should be the only linchpin on their roster that makes them play the offensive system that was so effective last year. And they lost Jordan Knott to Phoenix. And, Jason, I'm not 100% sure what the staff's roles were last year and who was in charge of what, who was an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. Was it all a collaboration? But I didn't think losing Jordan Knott was going to be that big of a deal. And maybe it's not in the grand scheme of things. But right now, since they don't have Jordan Knott on the bench, and you see what happened at the end of the game against Miami on Monday, maybe we overlooked that staff and coaching loss way more than we should have. Maybe he was part of the offensive mastermind that kind of brought all these guys together, and I don't understand. I don't know what he did.
We never talk about that with basketball. We talk about it in football
all the time. But they lost a couple.
And it might not matter.
That's what I'm saying. It's too early to tell. But
there are.
The Suns look good right now, and their offense is clicking, and the Cavs' offense looks like it took a major step back.
Yeah, there are developmental coaches who their job is. I can't think of the. Phil Handy was here for a while, being that guy that player development coach.
Ott was Mobley's guy. It is worth mentioning that.
Yes.
Who's that one Weasley-looking guy on the Cavs bench? He's been here since Ty Lue. Shoot, I always see this guy.
What does Weasley-looking mean, by the way?
This guy looks Weasley. He looks like he's.
Who's been here since?
He looks like he'd be the guy to rat people out. I'll have to take a picture of it next time I see him. And
there's not very many people who've been here. I mean, Mike.
Yeah, this guy was here.
Mike Garrity, but he's not Weasley looking.
White dude.
Yeah.
Dark hair.
Don't say all white dudes with dark hair are Weasley looking.
No,
because that means you're Weasley looking.
No, not
there are not many who have been here since.
I'll have to take a picture of him. Yeah. And show it to you guys. Maybe he's part of the training staff. I don't even know. It could be.
Are you putting a picture of Garrity?
Yeah, put a picture of Garrity. I'll tell you.
Spiro or the.
But all right, let me ask you this: the Detroit Pistons right now, the best team in the East.
Yeah.
Are we buying this?
No. I mean, they're good, but
what are they? 10-2 or something?
10-2, yeah.
Are they going to be the best team? No.
JB?
I told you before. JB's a good coach. He wasn't the problem. He just lost some of the players. He lost all the players because he lost the main player. Right. Once you lose that, it's over. But he's not a bad coach at all. He has been perfect for Detroit. Like, they were a young team. They needed some direction and some discipline. Yeah. He has done a terrific job there. Are they going to win a championship this year? No.
I'm going to bring up some quick NBA things. You guys tell me whether you buy or sell.
Well, while you're doing that, can I give another shout-out real quick?
Yeah, give a shout-out.
Naquan Tomlin was awesome last night. And Craig Porter Jr. was awesome. Those are the only two bright spots in the entire game for the Cavs. I hope is this Mike Garrity?
No, I brought up the trainer.
Yeah, that's him.
That's the trainer.
Oh, it's the trainer. He's Weasley looking.
He's not Weasley.
He looks Weasley.
Stop it. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's a good dude. No, but Tomlin and Craig Porter Jr. were both very good last night. And Donovan said something after the game that I wanted to ask you guys about. Did you hear Donovan?
I did not.
Donovan was asked just about the 8-5 start and the difference between this year and last year. By the way, Tomlin with 18 points last night, 6 rebounds. Brings an energy. I don't know what his role in the future is going to be. Like, I'm not quite sure what his exact...
Hand out towels.
Naquan Tomlin?
So he's not a real NBA player.
No, I mean, when everybody's healthy, he's not.
No, I don't mean this year. I just mean overall in his career.
Could he be an NBA player?
Yeah.
3 years?
Yeah, I think he does
I haven't seen enough of him this year. But
he plays with a ton of energy. He's always in the right spot at the right time. And that's not a tangible skill you can point your finger on and say he does this. He just always seems to be in the right spot. I'm fascinated by him. And Craig Porter Jr. hasn't missed now in 3 weeks. So I wanted to give those two a shout-out.
Yeah.
Donovan said post-game.
Yeah.
Obviously, you'd rather be 15-0 than 8-5. Obviously. But
here comes the excuse.
No, he said, I love this. He's like, I made the playoffs when I was on a 19-30 team, and we made the playoffs that year. I've been through some of the trials and tribulations, some of these early season growing pains. I love the position we're in because we're having to play younger guys. We're having to learn on the fly, figure out some of these lessons that, frankly, we never had a chance to learn last year because we were blowing everybody out. And when we were 13-0, 14-0, the win streak was more important than the development of our actual team. I still prefer to be 15-0. Of
course, I get.
But do you understand where Donovan's coming from?
100%. Usually, it's like team speak and nonsense and BS when they start talking like that.
Right. It's an excuse for why you're not playing.
I agree with all of it.
No, that's right.
I wrote about that last week. I think I made that point a couple times on this. I want to see them play left-handed. I want to see them be uncomfortable, because go through it now and figure it out now and figure out what you have and figure out how you can get a basket if Donovan's not on the floor and Darius is hurt, because that very well may come up in the playoffs. How do you generate offense? And so, be uncomfortable now and struggle now. It's November. Like, take a breath. It's fine. I don't care if they're 8-8, 8-9.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
No.
LeBron,
they'll be fine.
Remember the first year LeBron came back? They were like 8-9 or something like that.
LeBron took 2 weeks off. Blatt drove him so crazy.
Oh, yeah.
He took 2 weeks off, went back to Miami, just get away from him.
That's right.
I mean, Indiana.
His first year in Miami, they got off to a bad start.
They did.
Indiana was sub 500 in January.
Yeah.
The Celtics were sub 500 the year they made the finals and lost to the Warriors in January. Like that's when it really starts to click in.
Let me ask you this: the comments that Channing Frye made about when Donovan's on the floor, it's only Donovan. Was that a knock at Donovan in some way?
No, he was not. It was. I didn't take it that way.
It was a knock at the rest of the team.
I took it as they still can't figure out how to play with him. It's just he always ends up having to take over. I didn't take it as a knock at Donovan at all.
They're driving way less this year, which has changed the complexion of their offense. They're taking too many threes, in my opinion. I think they have to get back to a more drive-oriented offense. A lot of that helps when Darius is on the court because he's one of their best drivers. It also helps when Evan's not starting with the ball 30 feet from the basket and is in a more advantageous position to catch and move as opposed to dribble, figure out, and then attack.
Yeah.
But it's just last night was so disappointing.
How many shots did Evan take in the
7.
paint?
Oh,
in the paint.
He had 3 threes. So that's at
So
most
4 non-threes.
At most 4. At most 4.
And he's been taking those mid-range shots, which are terrible shots for him.
Last night was the worst game I've seen Evan Mobley play since I've started covering.
Did he talk
the Cavs.
after the game?
He was gone before we got into the locker room.
You got a problem with that?
That's not good.
So you do have a problem with that?
Yeah. You got to be accountable.
Yeah.
You got to stand there and talk, even when you don't play well. So I mean, I'm not going to kill him for it, but he's also not young anymore. Like, he's been around long enough to know he's got to stand there and be accountable.
Yeah. And
you're one of the leaders of the team.
Yeah.
Whether you want to be or not.
Yeah.
He has grown a lot since he first got here, but clearly there's still more work to be done.
Yeah.
And to Don's credit, we mentioned Don talked last night. Don did not play well. He said, he's like, I played like, I'm not going to use the words he used because we're on air, but he knows he didn't play well, but Don is always there to talk.
He's always
after.
accountable. I was talking about LeBron earlier. Donovan's 100% in that category, but again, his dad worked in PR, so he gets it. Like there's a lot of times you probably don't want to talk, or you're sore and you're aggravated, and last thing you want to do is look at me and Mike. But he doesn't.
We're some of the better looking guys in there. There are a lot of worse.
I'm taking Fidel over both of you.
I love
over here. Jeff's the best.
So real quick, can I tell you one quick Jeff story from last night, and then we move on? Someone brought up the second quarter plus minus yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's when Kenny talked about it. And we're waiting to go in the locker room. I'm talking to Spencer. I'm like, hey, did you add in Wednesday's game to that number to get a final number?
Yeah.
And Jeff's standing next to us. Jeff goes, guys, where can I find that stat? It's like, it's on NBA.com. He's like, yeah, but where in NBA.com?
Yeah. He's old.
Like, no. And I've told
I like that he asked that.
And I'm like, just go to the team stats, and then you go to advanced stats. He's like, just what's the number? Let me just write it down. I'm not gonna find it later. I was like, they're minus 54, Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff is so.
I love Jeff. He's the best.
There's a lot of information on the NBA.com stats.
You can find it. It just takes forever to find.
But it's cumbersome. You got to know where to look for it.
Yeah, if you're not comfortable using the internet or proficient at it, it's tricky.
Also, there's another guy. I don't know his name, and I should. He writes. You may know this. He writes from the top of his notebook to the bottom of his notebook.
Doesn't everybody write from the top to the bottom?
No, like.
What do you mean?
The lines usually go this way, and you write across.
Yeah. He
holds his notebook so the binding's at the top, and he writes down the lines.
That's weird.
I don't
Most
know
people don't write it. Would it be Bob? Is it Bob Finan?
Yeah, that's who it is.
Yeah, because Bob's old school.
I don't know who that is.
But, I mean, I haven't written quotes in probably at least 15 years.
You're just recording it?
Yeah.
He's taking shorthand notes. He's not like writing down the exact quote.
I mean, that's how we used to have to do it all the time.
Of course.
Was because you're on deadline and you don't have time to transcribe, so you write it real quick and go back.
Yeah.
I haven't written down a quote in at least 15 years now.
When I was in college still, at my school, we had a chance to get press passes because my college was just outside of Rochester. So we would get press passes to the Rochester Amerks, which was, they play against the Monsters.
Yeah.
And we would get press passes to go to the Rochester Red Wings, which at the time was the Orioles AAA team. Right? And we would, this is the late 90s. And we would go there, and I would go there, and I'd have like a giant tape recorder with a wired mic.
Yep.
I mean, like a giant tape recorder. It was so ridiculous. But that reminds me of this well, it's an inappropriate story, but it's funny, so I'll tell it. At the time, I thought it was funny, but really it was very inappropriate. I don't remember who the player was. I don't think this guy ever went to the majors. But I remember it was opening day for the Rochester Red Wings, and there was like 3 media members in the locker, 4, I don't know.
I can't believe there was that many.
Yeah, it's shocking. I mean, Rochester's a decent-sized city, so, But anyway, so we're there to talk to whatever player it was after the game. They got the game-winning hit. No clue. I can't remember who it was. And there's 4 of us standing there, and one of the 4 was a woman, and the player, whoever it was, just walked out, buck-ass, what.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, my God.
It happens.
And it was very uncomfortable for the woman. Now, if it happened now, I'd be like, that's, But at the time, I was young, and I didn't think it was that big a deal. But it was very awkward.
When we first started recording with our phones, we would all set our phones up on which becomes dangerous if it rings. Because, But when Byron was here, and Byron Scott was the coach of the Cavs, Mary Schmidt-Boyer, the old longtime Cavs beat writer for the Plain Dealer, had her phone up there, and it rang.
Oh, yeah.
And Byron answered it. He's like, he picked it up, and it was Mike Brown, the old Cavs coach, Mike Brown. Yeah, so Byron's like, what's up, coach? So in the middle of his pregame press conference,
that's great.
Byron is talking to the old Cavs coach on the Cavs beat reporter's phone.
That's good.
But I mean, Mike's just a phenomenal guy. Mike is, and Byron is too, by the way.
Yeah.
I love covering Byron.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was so. I always put it on like do not disturb or something. I don't.
Just in case.
Yeah, look, I mean, you're vulnerable at that point. You have no idea who's going to call you or text you, and all they got to do is pick it up and look at it.
Right, and you have no idea how the coach is going to react. They might get pissed. Who knows?
So yeah, that was funny though.
All right, let's talk some baseball, guys.
Yeah, real quick before we get to baseball, guys, we just passed 75,000 subscribers, so we appreciate all the support. If you want a little more 24/7 coverage, follow us all over on socials: X, Instagram, TikTok. Luke Becker does a great job of editing reels on TikTok and Instagram for us. Mike and Earl do a great job of posting highlights from the show on Twitter. Give us a follow, like, and subscribe. We appreciate all the support you guys give us.
All right. So Can
I set this up?
Set it up,
Because
yeah,
I'm going to let you guys go because
Yeah,
I
go
don't know.
ahead.
I was not anticipating being here today.
Yeah.
And with you two plus Jay, that's like the ultimate baseball crew. But
Yeah.
ESPN, it was Jeff Passan, Cleveland guy, wrote an article on one move that he thought would be the perfect offseason move for each MLB contender. And for the Guardians, he had suggested trading for Cardinals utility infielder Brendan Donovan. I know Brendan Donovan because I have played the video game, but I can't tell you anything in real life about Brendan Donovan. So, Bull, tell us why or why not Brendan Donovan would be a perfect offseason move for the Guardians.
I mean, if that's the biggest move they make, it would not be a perfect move. If it's part of a series of moves, I would like it. I mean, Brendan Donovan is a solid player. He's an everyday player for the Guardians. He's a left-handed bat, which is not ideal because they have so many left-handed bats already. But there's a lot of position versatility. You talked about him being a utility player. I mean, you look at his numbers last year. He had a 775 OPS. His career OPS is 772. Jason, that's like fourth best on the team.
Yeah, you take that and run to the bank.
That's pitiful.
So he's not an all-star, but he's an above-average major league player with position versatility. So would I like that? Would I want Brandon Donovan to be on this team? Sure, I like that move. Would I want it? But again, if that's the biggest move they make for a hitter, that's not good enough.
Could he play shortstop?
No, I don't. Well, I can't.
Not every day.
I don't think so.
I don't think you'd want him there.
So if you
every
traded
day.
for Donovan, he's not your everyday shortstop.
No,
that's why I don't understand why I don't get that move. I mean, Bazan is coming if he stays healthy.
Yeah,
Bazan will be.
He can play the outfield though. He's an out.
Donovan.
Yeah,
You really want him playing every day? I don't know.
So with the Cardinals, he's played plenty of outfield. He has played some short, but not a lot. He's played some first. He's played some second. He's played a lot in the outfield. I mean, you could use him in the outfield. He could play anywhere in the outfield. He's played probably every position but catcher and pitcher. But shortstop is the position he's played the least of all the other. He's played plenty in left, right, center, second, first, third. But he's not going to use him at third. But he would be. He's a lefty, so that's not ideal.
Yeah.
But he could fill I mean, in theory, he could be your center fielder. I don't know how good he is. I'm not sure how good he is defensively in center field, but
I don't know. The perfect offseason move also has to start with, first of all, like, what are you doing with Quan? Are you trading Quan? And because I think their perfect offseason move, and again, he's another lefty, but I really like Jarren Duran, and I think he's very available from the Red Sox.
Yeah, I've mentioned Trent Grisham as a possibility.
Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, he's also a lefty.
Yeah.
But he's a real center fielder.
Yeah.
Well, so is Duran, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Duran, I'm saying that Donovan's not really a center fielder.
Duran, Grisham or
I think
Duran.
Duran's got 3 years of control left, I think.
Well, yeah, right. You have to give up something good to get him.
Yeah, and they do. They've got the assets to go get him.
And he won't get paid a lot. Grisham's going to get a decent amount of money.
Yeah, but how much further are you advancing yourself if you're going to trade Quan? Like they came pretty close to trading Quan at the deadline. It won't shock me at all if they trade him this winter. And I've said before on the show, I think Quan's a little bit overrated in Cleveland. He's a very good player.
Right?
He's a very good player.
If they offered him a 5-year, $75 million extension, would he take it? He's not getting more than that.
I don't know what they've offered him, but clearly they have offered, and he has rejected. So we're at the point now he's down to 2 years, and this is what the Guardians do. It's rinse and repeat.
Right, but the difference is he's a guy you could get at a reasonable rate.
I think
nobody's paying him $100 million.
I agree, but I think your definition of reasonable might differ from the Guardians and from Quan's own view of himself.
5 to 75. What do you say about that?
I would probably do that, but
if you were who?
If the Guardians, I would do that.
Wouldn't he?
But are you doing a straight 15 per? I would think you'd start at low and then work up.
Yeah, I mean,
and I don't know that he is interested in doing that.
Then do 15 per. In fact, it might make sense for the Guardians to front load it because they're not paying anybody.
That's true. Now. That's true. Give them more up front.
In fact, I give them more the first 2 years because next year they're not going to play a whole season most likely.
Yeah, and so that may also play into why they don't want any money on the books for 27.
That's just another excuse.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying, I'm from their vantage point. I don't think they want anything on the books.
Let me tell you something.
Wait, real quick. If a strike does happen, do they still have to pay the players?
No.
So why does it matter if there's money on the books?
Because there's nothing coming in. Well, it depends on if it's a strike or a lockout, and usually it's the owner's lockout.
They're still not getting paid.
But they're not getting paid. Yeah, they're not getting paid. But all of these teams are taking a very cautious approach.
It's going to be an interesting offseason to see, because there's a lot of big players out there.
I still think that this could be a year where you could sign a guy who would normally get like 4 or 5 years. You might be able to get him for 1 year with him. You might have to overpay him for the one.
Yeah.
But you could get him on a 1 year, $25 million deal.
Pete Alonso.
I think Alonso will get
he'll get a
multi-year
multi-year, probably.
So you don't think there's any chance he actually ends up here?
No.
I don't think he comes here. I think he'd be a great fit.
Very unlikely. Even though he'd be an amazing fit.
But also then, I mean, you got Manzardo and Kafis. Are you making Kafis the right fielder?
So
I would rather see him get a shortstop upgrade over what they keep running out there.
But who's the shortstop?
Yeah, I know.
Bichette.
Yeah, they're not going to spend that kind of money. He's going to get even more money than Alonso's going to get.
He'll get a multi-year deal.
If
I could get Bichette on a 1 year deal, I would do that in a second.
You know what? I got a guy that could be an interesting trade candidate for the Guardians that would fit. C.J. Abrams of the Nationals.
Former top prospect.
Well, he's played well. I mean, he's been great.
He was part of the Juan Soto deal, wasn't he?
He was. And he's been an all-star.
Is he free agent?
No. It's a trade. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
The Nationals have said the Nationals are rebuilding.
Yeah.
And there's been talk that they're going to trade Abrams and Mackenzie Gore because they'll get hauls from that. Now, you have to give them a lot to get Abrams, but I think he's got 3 years left. He's the perfect guy that they should go after now that I think about this.
Yeah.
Why? For people who aren't as familiar with C.J. Abrams, why does he fit so perfectly into
he's a shortstop, and that's what they need more than anything.
That is what they need more than anything. I'm done with the Rocky Arias.
Yeah. Now, he's not a great fielder, but he's a shortstop. He's a solid fielder. He's okay.
Lefty or righty?
His 3 full years in the big leagues, he's had a WAR of 3.5, 3.4, 3.4.
That's good.
His OPS 3 years in the big leagues, 712, 747, 748. Again, not amazing, but he's a shortstop. Home runs, 18, 20, 19. He steals bases. He's had 116 steals over the last 3 years.
I like it.
He was an all-star in 2024. He had a great season in 24. Last year, a little bit of a step back. Doesn't miss time. He hasn't really had any significant injuries.
He's a lefty too, isn't he?
I think he's a switch hitter. No, you're right. He's a lefty. He's only 20. I think he'll be 25 this season, so he's young. Yeah, he turned 25 last month, and he's not going to be a free agent until he's only going to be. This is his first arbitration year this year.
Wow.
So now the guy's been an all-star. He's been pretty good. He's a shortstop.
It's going to be a haul
top
to get
prospect.
him, yeah.
You got to give up a lot to get him, but he is a perfect fit for the Guardians.
Yeah,
perfect fit. And
is he your leadoff hitter? Or you go Quan then Abrams?
No, I think you go Quan. I think you go. Yeah, you probably bat him 2 and hit Jose 3 in a perfect So you can get Abrams. He's not costing you a lot of money. He's just costing you a lot of prospects.
Yeah,
and then sign a slugger. In a perfect world, Pete Alonso, but whatever. Think about how different the lineup would be if you now had Quan, Abrams, Ramirez, Alonso, Manzardo.
That's a legitimate major league lineup.
Yeah, and then now your catchers can't hit, but who cares? It's one spot. Maybe you got one other weak spot till hopefully Bazan is ready. I don't know. And you you use DeLauder in left. You use Kafis as or you could put DeLauder in center and you put Kafis in right.
I mean, I don't know.
You probably traded one of them, right?
Yeah, I don't know what value DeLauder has right now because of all of the injuries.
Yeah.
But DeLauder or Kafis are probably on the move if you're making any sort of trade.
Well, in fact, DeLauder would probably have to be in the deal for Abrams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You'd probably have to trade DeLauder and, I guess whoever your best infield prospect is.
Brito?
I mean, they got a bunch of guys.
You know what?
They would want pitching. Washington's going to want pitching.
Okay.
I don't know who they're. I don't know if they have a top. Am I missing? I can't really think of a top pitching
pitcher?
prospect
No,
right now.
they're all, everybody's in the big leagues. I mean, at one point it was Espino, who's finally healthy. But
they've drafted a ton of guys. They might have to give up a couple.
Tugboat.
Tugboat.
Guys.
Yeah.
Matt Wilkerson.
Yeah.
Has he made it to AA yet?
Maybe Joey Cantillo's part of the deal. Maybe Slade Cicconi's part of the deal. I don't know if they'd want to go out and retrade him, but they desperately need a shortstop. He'd be a perfect fit.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see what happens, but they've got a lot of work to do, and they have such a low payroll.
Real quick before we wrap this up, because we got super chats. What does Brendan Donovan cost? Is he a nothing cost? One prospect.
I don't know what his contract is.
Let me see.
Just that because that's a passing the guy he mentioned. I'm just curious what.
Yeah.
That kind of value is.
Let me
compared to an
see
Abrams.
where his. I mean, you're not going to have to give up a ton. The Cardinals are selling. They're doing They're, I believe, going into a total rebuild.
Yeah, they said Arenado's on the market.
Well,
basically,
nobody wants Arenado.
Well, I'm just saying anyone you wanted from them is available.
He's. Where is Brendan Donovan's contracts? Okay, so Brendan Donovan has. It's his second year of arbitration. He's a free agent so you'd have him for 2 years.
2 years.
Last year he made 2.85, had a solid year. Maybe he makes $5 million.
Again,
this year.
I just think you have to get clarity on Quan before you decide what their perfect move is or what their best move is this offseason, because you might have to be replacing that spot as well.
If I were the Guardians, to me, a great offseason, trade for Brendan Donovan, trade for C.J. Abrams, sign Pete Alonso, re-sign Stephen Kwan. We'll be happy if one of those four things happens. It'll be a shock. But that would be, and you would totally look at this team differently next year.
Sure.
Because then you'd start the season with Alonso at first, Donovan at second, Abrams at short, Ramirez at third, Kwan in center, Kwan in left, Kafis in right.
DeLauder in center. No,
probably trade DeLauder.
Yeah.
So, all right, center field.
Trent Grisham.
No, I'm not going to go that far. I've already gone far enough. Your DH is Manzardo. Center field, whatever. So now your only weak spots are center field and catcher. And then when Bazana is...
You move Donovan to center.
In a perfect world, I'd move Kwan to center. I move Donovan to left. I don't know.
That should have happened years ago.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened by now. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. And then you can move Donovan to the outfield when Bazana's ready to go.
Sounds good.
I mean, what a difference that would be without really affecting your pitching too much. But
no.
Don't hold your breath for all that, obviously.
All right,
Anthony.
All right, guys, super chats. First one from Eddie Forhart, 4474. Can we please stop saying the QBs in the next year's draft are better? It gets said every year around draft time, but when it comes to discussing them, next year's QBs are always better. Go Browns.
I don't know that anybody has said. People keep saying stop saying next year's quarterbacks are better, when I don't know that anybody's saying next year. Now, we all thought, and we talk about this a lot, that this year's quarterback group was going to be better. Right now, nobody feels like it is.
There's going to be, what was there, 2 quarterbacks taken last year in the first round, right?
Yeah,
it was
Dart and Ward.
There's going to be more than 2 go this year. Are they any good? I don't know.
However,
but there's going to be more than 2.
There's no-brainer in this draft.
No, yes.
We hoped there would be.
Yeah. But
if the Browns are picking first overall, they're drafting a quarterback.
I would say Simpson and Mendoza both go in the top 10. Is that outrageous?
I think top 5.
Mendoza's going to go. I don't know if Simpson's a short thing.
People like Simpson more than Mendoza.
I think both of them go in the. Yeah. I'm being conservative. I think both of them go in the top 10.
Yeah.
And that did not happen last year. And there could be more.
Sorry, I thought you guys were done. Jay Barrett, are we being too harsh on Dillon or not harsh enough on Cam Ward? Very similar stats.
We talked about this yesterday.
I'm not talking about stats. Who cares about stats?
The stats don't tell the story. Watch the throws.
Yeah, I haven't watched Cam Ward enough. I haven't commented on Cam Ward. What do you mean soft on Cam Ward? Why are we talking about Cam Ward?
There was one tweet that went around that went viral, and it compared Cam Ward's first 5 starts for Dillon Gabriel, and the stats are almost identical. But if you actually watch what's going on, it's night and day different.
Yeah.
NBAR says, Bull, someone told me Judge won MVP only because of advanced stats like SLG and OBP. Thoughts?
None of those are not advanced stats.
OPS, I think you meant, not OPP.
Yeah.
You down with OPP?
OBP.
Yeah,
you know
No,
me.
he meant on base. He meant on base percentage.
Oh, OBP. I think said
Aaron
OPP.
Judge had better numbers across the board in Cal Raleigh. Cal Raleigh hit more home runs.
And Cal plays a more physically demanding position
Yes.
at an elite level, and that has to count for something.
I mean,
but ultimately,
there was no wrong answer.
I think they got it right.
There was no wrong.
I would have voted for Judge.
I would have voted Judge.
It was close.
Yeah,
but
it was
Judge
17-13.
was better.
Yeah,
I mean, his OPS was not even close.
I saw a stat. If you took Judge's OPS, or if you took Raleigh's OPS and dropped it by 260 points, he went from top 5 to bottom 5% in baseball. If you took Aaron Judge's OPS, dropped it by 260 points, he becomes Jose Ramirez.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Right.
So.
That's insane. All right, go ahead.
NBA also said Bench hit 293, 45 home runs, 148 RBIs, and 70. Better catcher season than Raleigh.
I didn't hear the first part.
Johnny Bench.
Bench hit 293, 45 home runs, and 145 RBIs, and 70. Was it a better catcher season than Cal Raleigh?
Those are pretty.
It's hard.
Pretty bonkers numbers for that era.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bench
is the Hall of
Johnny
Famer.
Bench is the Hall of Famer. Yeah,
and Cal will be too at the rate he's going. I mean, he's got a long way to go.
Based on this year, I mean,
but
this
even
was
before,
his first Hall of Fame season, I think.
Even before, he was very good. Now, obviously,
right, but he wasn't on a Hall of Fame track.
No.
We'll see if he keeps this up for a few more years.
But he's elite defensively, and that has to matter.
Yeah, he's great.
In the catcher conversation, that should matter.
Fantastic season. Go ahead.
All right, Genius says, so Stefanski was named Coach of the Year by the media, but the annual players' report cards had him graded as one of the worst coaches in the league. Now the NFL wants to ban the report cards. I wonder why.
Yes, because it's a conspiracy against Kevin Stefanski. That's why the league is trying to get rid of the report
The Jets owner is the one who's trying to get them to stop the report cards.
Yeah, the teams that get bad grades. Did Kevin Stefanski have a bad grade?
He got like a C+, I think, from the players.
No, I think it was like almost a D. It was C-, D+, I think.
Was it?
I don't think it was that low. I don't remember, honestly.
Is it specifically Stefanski? I didn't think wasn't it the coaching staff?
No, they have one for head coach, right?
Oh, okay.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I'd have to go back and look. It's not. There are players on the Browns who do not like Kevin. Like, that's not a secret.
Sure.
But I still think he has the backing of some as well. I don't know what the percentage is. I'm not taking a straw poll in the locker room. Yeah. Some like him, some don't.
Hey, I got time for one more.
Yeah, I got time for one more. Mike better sell his stock in the unicorn that is Mobley. The unicorn is slowly turning into a pumpkin that won't win you a championship, and that's from Frank.
Thanks, Frank.
Too early to say.
Appreciate it, Frank.
Go ahead.
He played terrible last night.
Actually, we're about to head over to WKYC, so go tune in on WKYC Plus app.
See you there.
Pete.